Om Shanti and a very good morning from Aberdeen Hindu Temple in Stonywood. Today is Sunday, the 6th of February, 2022. Today the thoughts were really of how to maintain good health, good wealth, happiness, how to have a happy and productive life. And the thought is really that it's very important what goes on in my mind, my heart, my relationships, how I look after my body. And when I actually manage to look after all of these in a proper way, then I will have happiness and health. But if I'm pulled by any of the vices, if I'm pulled by lust, by ego, by greed, by anger, by attachment, then I will feel sorrow, peacelessness, pain. My health will go down. And so what is the magic ingredient or the basic of all of this? And you can call it purity or strength or cleanliness. So if I look after my body with cleanliness, I imagine this body to be the temple of my soul, my eternal being. So I, the soul, have incarnated in this body, and this is my temple. So I have been entrusted this body. And having been entrusted this body, I'm the caretaker of it. So what is the food that I give to this body? What is the rest I give? How to maintain it clean and royal and powerful? So we all know that we have to give the body adequate rest in the night, because that's the time when the body repairs itself. It actually zeroes itself, goes back to a point of natural stability and balance. Yeah. And I have to keep it clean. So by keeping it clean, which means I use clean clothes, I wash regularly, I pay attention to all these things, then it will also feel fresh, feel good. And I give it a good diet, a pure diet. We call it nowadays a plant-based diet. But to avoid attracting the senses and not allowing us to go into that awareness of I, the soul, and then connect with the Supreme Soul, I have to take out of that diet onions and garlic, anything animal like meat and eggs and fish and all these things. Anything that had also a sentiment, which was a sentient being. I'm not speaking of onions and garlic, but of meat and fish and eggs and chicken. Anything that had the propensity to think, whatever level of thought there was, of feeling, of interacting, of community. Yeah, I don't need any of these things to maintain my good health. And so when I take these things away and just eat from that what the earth, nature gives me, fruits and vegetables and nuts and grains, then the body also starts repairing itself. And I also have a wholesome routine of sleeping enough, of time I go to bed, of the time that I use on the computers and away from the computers, the time that I use to still my mind and to bring my mind back into that point of harmony, that point of awareness, that depth. I can only attain that when I'm not just out there, just doing all the time, but when I allow myself to quieten down, when I'm peaceful about my surroundings and my own self. I'm not always looking for other things, but I just allow myself, having looked after my body, to take care of my thoughts, to make sure that my thoughts are benevolent, good wishes, pure feelings, that my thoughts actually do not entertain any conflict, any disagreement, but that even if there is negativity from part of other souls, that I respond to that with goodness, with pure intention and awareness. And I actually am that sort of energy that gels, that brings together, that benefits everybody and everyone. When I allow myself to be that, then I also feel good about myself, because I know that my actions, my interactions do not cause any sorrow, do not cause any pain, but are actually the balancing act, the one that brings back to that point of zero, that point of harmony, that is the basis of good relationships and of trust, of honesty. It's almost like staying above the line of conflict and not interacting with it, but being the one who stays in that self-sovereignty, that point of goodness, that aim of actually being the one that only brings benefit to those around them. That is my duty in a way. But again, it's not a duty done in a mechanical way, but comes out of a clean heart, a pure heart, a heart that has only goodness and benefit in the mind, a heart that will not allow any negativity to come into it, but a heart that feels love and is the hand that brings together and unifies everybody together. So I need to look into my heart. I need to look into my thoughts. And I need to look into my relationships, how I manage them. I need to find a place of silence, of stillness, away from the hustle and bustle. And maybe the only time that I have is maybe by waking up half an hour earlier in the morning, by making sure that I have had enough sleep. So making sure I had gone to sleep the night before at a reasonable time. So knowing that I've had enough rest, and to be able to rest well at night, I need to close the day. And do that by really becoming that awareness, in going into that awareness of I, the soul, the being of light, the eternal one, the diamond in between my eyebrows, in the center of my forehead, that light that is expressed through my eyes, that benevolence that is expressed through my face. And then there is no need for words, but just an energy that is pure, that is clean, that is honest, that is loving. An energy that is tolerant and welcoming, uplifting, bringing back harmony. An energy that is not bound to heavy energy, but is light. And this energy is light and lighter depending on what is going on around, how I interact with everything and everybody. So if I myself leave traces of sorrow and hurt, then my energy will be pulled down, it will be heavy. So my effort will be to raise the energy, to create a clean, pure, elevated environment around me that is welcoming, that is peaceful and still, and conducive to looking inside the self. Sitting still, even if it is for 5 minutes, once or twice or 3 times a day. Many people take a cup of tea and sit down, and that's the way of balancing themselves up. But they do this in an unconscious way. Whereas here, the balancing act is conscious, is aware, and follows a method, follows a routine, follows an awareness and an understanding of how I can calm my body down. It is not just a cup of tea or sitting down, but it's actually retreating into a space deep inside the self, a space that is clean and pure and positive and honest and respectful. It's royal, it's divine. And in that space, I can be myself, who I am. I can soak up the energy of that space and become one with that space. And what happens is that when I move back into the doing, the interacting, that space is so grounded in myself. It's such a big foundation that it expresses itself in everything that I do. And I might not have even to do anything or to say anything, but just the fact of being the light that I express is enough for creating an atmosphere. And that atmosphere is a safe haven for everybody who interacts with such a soul. And in that space, when I move into that space, it's like if I move into a room that is clutter-free, that is peaceful, that is filled with powerful values and qualities, with that vibration, almost as if it is colors. But they are very peaceful. They blend inside. If you take the 7 basic colors together, the red, the yellow, the blue, the indigo, the green, the orange, all of these colors, and you blend them together, it becomes white. And so the color white actually is the blending together and harmonizing of all the other different colors. For example, when we see a rainbow, we see the colors all distinct. But it's only because the crystals of the blood drop, the water drops are reflecting the light. But when there's no water, there is just white light or transparent light. And so going into that awareness of I, the soul, and connecting with the Supreme is the next step. Being aware of I, the soul, the diamond, who has incarnated in this body, and connecting with the Supreme. And then just becoming still, aware and alert, and able to absorb the divine energy that we receive from the Supreme. And just to stay like a sunflower, absorbing the rays of the sun of knowledge, the sun of love, the sun of peace, and become one with that energy. We feel refreshed, we feel well, and we exudate this beautiful energy with everybody and everyone around us. So let us go into a meditation experience. I invite you to sit down wherever it is peaceful and calm, or as peaceful and calm as can be. And if there are things, people around you, just allow yourself to look inside and not to connect with the world outside. Take a nice deep breath. And as you breathe out, just relax. And as you take another deep breath, feel how the air flows through your nostrils and your mouth into your lungs. And from there, little molecules through your blood is distributed everywhere in your body. And how any waste is returned through your breath out to the world around. Now, when my thoughts are powerful, when my thoughts are pure and clean, honest and royal, when their aim is of benefit and they're loving, I take in the light of the divine, the air, the power of the divine through my breath. Allow this to diffuse inside my body, and it diffuses love, peace, happiness, wisdom, purity, bliss. And as I breathe out, the return is one of harmony, of goodwill, good wishes, pure feelings, of wanting to uplift everyone and everything around us, of creating a pure and powerful environment. And as you take one breath after the other, as you start giving that beautiful energy into the world around you, the light around you starts changing. The awareness of the objects around you changes. Everything has that powerful light around it. And the whole atmosphere is peaceful and light. And the more you connect yourself with that light of the Supreme, and the more you become light, the more you feel that happiness, that peace, that balance inside yourself. Time has no units anymore. It all flows into one and becomes the space in which you are, in the space of now, into that awareness of being in this very moment in time. You connected with the divine, away from any conflict or interaction of the external world, but like a bowl of light, filled with beautiful qualities, with love, with affection, with care, with peace, and inner stillness and inner clarity and inner cleanliness. A power of good wishes and pure feelings. And it just flows out of you and flows into the world. And it is indiscriminate, which means it just flows and gives. It doesn't choose to who it goes and who it doesn't go to, but to everyone, even to those who have been negative towards myself, who have not done right, even to those, because those are the ones that need to be served first and most intensely, so that they can feel that energy of love, that energy of good wishes, of pure feelings. It is as if they receive a wave of love, of goodness, and it almost stuns the feelings of negativity inside. And as the love grows, as the happiness grows, the peace grows, all the differences, conflicts stop having big meaning and just melt away. But the light of the Supreme is like a healing balm. It just fills and heals. It brings goodness and uplifts and brings the highest aim in life. Life is a force of goodness because it gives, it bestows, it uplifts, it gives energy. It's the negativity that brings sorrow and pain and illness and death and unhappiness. But when connected with the Supreme Being, when filled with that divine light and love, everything relaxes. And as it relaxes, opens up and gains more space, opens awareness. Finds new ways of interacting in a positive way. Ultimately, what is necessary and what's the main aim is to interact in life, shining and giving the light of the Supreme. Being at one with that divine energy that is beyond this world. And then to share that light with the world. So in that space of stillness, I open up like a lotus flower. I stay clean and pure, despite growing on the muddy water. But my cleanliness, my light is visible from far away. I do not have to do anything, but whoever sees me loves the view of this beautiful lotus flower. And I just am in that state, in that bubble of now, of being. I'm the conduit of the light of the Supreme, the One beyond this world. My Father, my teacher, my guide, the Sadguru. And that light flows through me and flows into the world to create a world of harmony, a world of unity, a world of goodwill and pure intentions. A world that is constructive in creating communities that live together and get on together. Where there's unity, there's peace and prosperity. That pure intention, that elevated intention, if it is shared within that community will prosper. They will have all the same aim, and that unity will benefit everyone. So let me today be the one who shares that energy and who starts the work as an ancestor of creating that energy, of receiving that energy, creating that link with the Supreme and sharing that light I receive, each one of us receives, and share it with the world. Let me be an island of light, of good wishes and pure feelings that is so powerful that it will transform the world around me and then beyond me. So let me step into that space of pure feeling and good wishes. Detach myself from all the negativity of the world. Connect with the Supreme. And let me share this powerful energy with the world. There's nothing I need, no agenda I have, but just the wish to share, to be the trustee, and to uplift the world. And while doing that, I bring peace, happiness, purity, love, bliss into my life. Health, wealth, prosperity, everything. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.